ሃይ ዮሴፍ አባተ እባላለሁ በዛሬው ዕለት ካለፈው ላብ ቀጣይ የሆነውን ፓርት እንሰራለን በዚህ ኤክሰርሳይዝ ላይ the university tells you to use the student objects you build in their new software system. For the rest of the lab you'll be improving your student objects to meet the needs of the university and the need of the university is they want you to be able to easily or they want to be able to easily print out descriptions of every student. Now ክላሶቻችን መጀመሪያ እንመልከት let's open these files students so እነዚህ ክላሶች ነበሩን okay student class አለን student classአችን ይሄን ይመስላል ሌሎችም ለምሳሌ undergrad inherits from student grad also inherits from student and intern inherits from undergrad and research assistant inherits from grad so እነዚህ ክላሶች አሉ እና ከስቱደንት ክላስ በስተቀር የተቀሩት description የሚል student test is a test class so undergrad research assistant intern እና grad description የሚባል ሜተድ አላቸው ኖትስ አድርጉ now let's go in student class doesn't have okay test ክላሳችን ጋር እንምጣ now easily print out description ለማድረግ ነው የተፈለገው now ምንድነው ጥያቄው የሚለው add the instance of undergrad grad intern and research assistant you create in the last lab into an array list then iterate through the array list and cast each element from the array list to a student object and print out the return value of the description method of each lab. So let's do that. So and then code the file. Then let me create an array list. Students list, new array list. Then students list dot add u. So let me copy this one and G I and R. Then let's iterate through this one. So to iterate we need to have an iterator. Students list dot iterator. Then as long as students iter has next okay then we cast this object to students object because students iter dot next returns an object data type so ይሄንን cast ማድረግ አለብን into a student then we try to print out the result of the description method okay so let's see if it works Java C students student test okay so two mistakes actually and the mistake in the better but there is one mistake what's that we import java util asterisk okay now we get this error cannot find symbol ይልና description የሚለውን symbol አላገኘሁትም ነው የሚለን so this is expected problem so cannot resolve symbol ይላል description method point ያደረገ ነው የሚናገረው ለምን so the reason is quite clear because at compile time ይሄ method ሊጠራ የሚችለው if it only exists in this class so student የምን class ነው የstudent class ነው so student class ውስጥ ይሄ method ካለ this can be executed, but ከሌላ አይሰራም. So let's see what student class looks like. So it doesn't have description method, so this cannot work. So now let's fix an error by adding a dummy description method to student which just returns null. So compiler እንዲሰራ ለማድረግ student class ውስጥ እንገባና we just put some dummy method public string description. It just returns null. Okay, so start to compile. Okay, it works. Now, okay, if it works, then definitely we have to run it in Java student test. Okay, it works. Now, is the advantage ምንድነው? In a simple loop, እነዚህ ኦብጀክቶች አንድ ኮሌክሽን ውስጥ ካሉ like an array list በቀላሉ print ማድረግ ያስፈልገናል. So think of these objects like thousands of them are already added in a collection. So in order to print የነዚህን description method print ለማድረግ very simply አንድ አጭር loop source code መስራት እንችላለን. Now the university tells you that they do not want student class to be instantiated, and they want to guarantee that every class of subclass of student implements the description method. ስለዚህ ስቱደንትን ይሄንን ሁለቱ ነገሮች እንዲያሟላ አድርጉ የሚለው ኦኬ መጀመሪያው ስቱደንት ክላስ ኢንስታንሺየት እንዳይደረግ ለማድረግ what do we do? student class abstract ይደረጋል. It's an abstract class. It's the first thing. ሁለተኛው requirement ምንድነው? guarantee that every subclass of student implements a description method. Okay, ይሄን ለማድረግ የኛውን ሜተድ አብስትራክት እናደርግና then we don't implement it. Okay, so let's compile it. Java C student test. Okay, so it works. Next, the university wants to be able to use your objects in their student payroll system. They need to be able to easily print out the pay of all interns and research assistants. Okay, intern assistants payment ለማተም ነው. In the main method of student is create another array list which just interns and research assistants are contained in. Now, is it possible to iterate through the array list, cast each to a student, and call get pay on each? Okay. So let's try. Now similarly, let's create an array list called pay list. After list. Okay. Now pay list ውስጥ dot add እንድናስገባ የተፈለጉ ሁለት አሉ. እነዚህ እነማን ናቸው? ኢንተርን እና ሪሰርች አሲስታንት ኦብጀክቶችን ነው. so intern is I and research assistant is R. Okay, then similarly iterator ያስፈልገናል. so we're going to have iterator pay iter equals pay list dot iterator. so as long as pay iter dot has next, let's cast it to the student now. So okay, student. Okay, pay iter dot next. Then system dot out student dot get pay. Okay, now intern and research assistant ምን እንደሚመስሉ እንመልከት. yes, they do have get pay method አለን. አዎ, research assistant get pay method አለው. አዎ, intern inherits from undergrad and research assistant from inherits from grad. So let's see grad inherits from student and undergrad inherits from student. So actually both are students. Yes. ስለዚህ student አድርገን ካስት ማድረግ እንችላለን. Because both intern and research assistants are students. That's why even እዚህ ጋር የቻልንበት ምክንያት ይሄ ነው. But can we call the method getPay? አንችልም. ልክ የቅድሙ ሪዝን ነው. Because getPay የሚል ሜተድ students ስለሌለው አንችልም. Okay, so let's try to compile it anyways. Java C student test. Okay, similar ነገር ነው. Cannot find this symbol ይላል. Then ይህንን ለማድረግ ያው እንደተለመደው ደሚ የሆነ getPay የሚል ሜተድ ስቱደንት ውስጥ አስቀምጠን መስራት እንችላለን. ይሄ ግን ኮንቴክስቹዋሊ ሮንግ ነው የሚሆነው ወይም ሴማንቲካሊ ሮንግ ነው የሚሆነው. ዋይ ስቱደንት ክላስ ውስጥ ቅድም እንዳደረግነው እንደዚህ አይነት ነገር ማስቀመጥ እንችላለን getPay የሚል. ቤሲካሊ ስቱደንትስ አብዛኛው ስቱደንቶች ፔይድ አይደሉም. ስለዚህ ስለ ፔይመንት ኢንፎርሜሽን ብናስቀምጥ ሴማንቲካሊ ወይም ሚኒንጉን ያጣል ስቱደንት የሚለው. ኦኬ ይሄን ያመጣው ምንድነው ኢንተርኖች እና ሪሰርች አሲስታንቶች ፔይድ የሆኑ ስቱደንት ናቸው. yes they are students but they are paid. ስለዚህ ስለ ስቱደንትነታቸው ይሄ ክላስ ይዛል. ግን ስለ ፔይድ ስለመሆናቸው እዚህ ውስጥ ካስቀመጥን ኮንቴክስቹዋሊ ሮንግ እንሆናለን. ስለዚህ የተሻለ መንገድ ምንድነው we create an employee interface. Okay, interface with a single method getPay and have intern and research assistant implement that interface, then iterate through your list ይላል. now በጃቫ አንድ ነገር አለ. እሱም ምንድነው you can only inherit from one class. ስለዚህ ኢንተርን እና ሁለቱም ከአንደርጋር አንደኛው research system ከግራድ inherit ያደርጋል. so we cannot extend from more than one class. so the only method we can is ከአንድ extend ካደረግን ከሌሎች ኤክስቴንድ የማድረግ ባህሪ ከፈለግን ያለን እድል ኢምፕሊመንት ማድረግ ነው. እሱም ኢንተርፌስን ኢምፕሊመንት ማድረግ ነው. so as a solution new file, so employee, okay, public interface, employee, okay, I'll make it public of course. Then we'll have an empty method called getPay. getPay ደግሞ ሲግኔቸሩ ከነዚህ ጋር ተመሳሳይ ነው መሆን አለበት. so public double getPay ሆነ. okay, public, I don't have to write public actually because every method inside an interface is a public abstract method. so by default n ይመስላል abstract method ናቸው. ስለዚህ double getPay and we don't have to write this, okay, because automatically public getPay. then we come to intern, then we say implements, okay, employee, and also research assistant implements employee. okay, then interface ውስጥ ያሉት defined የሆኑት they are all public abstract and they should be implemented inside any class that implements that interface. so of course we have done it already. ስለዚህ ህጉን አሟልተናል ማለት has already been implemented here. now let's try to compile first. okay, one problem, okay, because ይሄኛውን አይመለከትም ምንድነው employee is not in the same package. so package students, okay, okay, package. now the other problem we see is sorry get pay የተጠራው በስቱደንት ኦብጀክት ነው okay በስቱደንት ኦብጀክት ነው student object still doesn't have get pay so ማድረግ የምንችለው ምንድነው go to student test okay we better cast it to employee object cast ብናደርገው ይሄው consistent ለመሆን ነው actually important to know so now it works java c java students student test okay so here it is okay የመጨረሻው ጥያቄ it's optional ነገር ነው can play around with it menu ሰርታችሁ based on the menu የምትፈልጉትን ነገር የምትፈልጉን ኢንፎርሜሽን ስለ ስቱደንትስ ስለ ፔመንታቸው ፕሪንት እንዲያደርግ ማለት ይችላልላችሁ ጥያቄው የሚለው be creative ይላል of course definitely can be very creative than even these questions ስለዚህ የተሻለ ነገር እንድትሰሩ ኢንካሬጅ ያደርጋችኋል so ለዛሬ ያህል ካን ይበቃል አመሰግናለሁ